In this video, I present Casely, an anonymous, AI-based platform designed to support the development of social-emotional skills in higher education. The video demonstrates the system's main flow from the participant's perspective. The experiment begins on this screen, where participants complete a short, anonymous demographic form collected solely for research purposes, in line with a privacy by design approach. After entering the system, participants proceed through a structured experimental flow that includes a socio-emotional simulation, automated CASEL-based analysis, and, for the experimental groups, an AI-guided Socratic dialogue.
This screen presents the stages of participation in the research process. A CASEL questionnaire at the beginning of the study, a socio-emotional simulation, automated analysis, and a concluding CASEL questionnaire. In the experimental groups, an AI-guided Socratic dialogue and reflective questions are added, while the control group completes the process without these components. At this stage, participants complete the initial social-emotional learning pre-questionnaire. The questionnaire consists of 20 items based on the 5 core CASEL competencies: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. Each competency is measured by 4 questions, and the purpose of this questionnaire is to assess participants' baseline SEL levels prior to the intervention. This screen presents the results of the initial social-emotional learning questionnaire. Participants receive a summarized feedback reflecting their baseline SEL levels, which serves as a reference point for comparison with the post-questionnaire completed at the end of the process.
At this stage, participants are presented with a realistic academic social scenario reflecting common situations from student life. The purpose of the simulation is to elicit a natural and authentic response, capturing how participants would think, feel, or act in the given situation. This open-ended response serves as the foundation for the AI-based CASEL analysis, and, for the experimental groups, the subsequent Socratic dialogue.
At this stage, participants are first presented with an AI-based automated analysis of their simulation response. The system transforms the open-ended text into a structured assessment grounded in social-emotional learning principles, providing concise feedback that reflects key aspects of the response. This analysis serves as a bridge between the qualitative stage and the intervention phase of the system. For the experimental groups only, the Socratic dialogue module is then activated. This AI-guided dialogue is based strictly on the participants' input and analysis results and uses open-ended, non-judgmental questions to encourage reflection. The purpose of the Socratic dialogue is to support the development of the 5 core social-emotional learning skills among students, and its impact on these skills is later examined through comparison of pre- and post-intervention SEL questionnaires. The control group does not receive the Socratic dialogue and continues the process without this component. At this point, a short excerpt from the interaction between the Socratic AI and the student is presented, illustrating how open-ended, non-judgmental questions guide reflection and deeper thinking. At this stage, the system presents a personalized AI-generated summary following the Socratic dialogue. The summary is based on the simulation, the participants' responses, and the interaction with the Socratic coach, and is written in the participants' own language and tone. Its purpose is to provide a warm, non-judgmental reflection, reinforce a sense of being understood, and serve as a gentle emotional bridge before continuing to the next stages of the study. At this stage, participants complete the social-emotional learning questionnaire again as a post-measure. This questionnaire is identical to the initial one and is used to compare pre- and post-intervention results, allowing us to examine how the system experience and the Socratic dialogue influenced participants' SEL skills. Here, several sample questions from the questionnaire are presented, illustrating the type of items participants are asked to respond to. After completing the post-questionnaire, the student is presented with their SEL results, summarizing their skill levels as measured at the end of the process. This stage is presented only to the experimental groups and invites participants to share a brief reflection on their experience with the Socratic dialogue and its perceived usefulness or meaning.
At this stage, participants complete a short user experience questionnaire, UEQS, designed to evaluate their experience with the system. The questionnaire assesses both pragmatic aspects, such as clarity and ease of use, and hedonic aspects, such as engagement and novelty, providing an overall measure of user experience. This screen marks the completion of the Casely participation process and all study stages. The demonstration highlighted the system's structured flow and the role of an AI-guided Socratic dialogue in supporting social-emotional learning. This concludes the Casely system demonstration. Thank you for watching and goodbye.